I sit at the front and wonder when my son's going to come home. I always cook good meals and you could smell it before he runs in the gate. You could hear his footprints getting harder to run in, quicker to get a bowl or his tea.
Being the elder sister, I was sort of, the role model for him. And when David was born, he was, a little fat chubby fella, and I just took to him. He was sort of my little favourite, and after that, as he got older, he was just my shadow. He wouldn't leave me or nothing. He was always there with me.
David and Mum was like really close, they was everywhere I saw Mum, I saw Uncle Junior, so.
Like the sibling pact was, a really, really, really strong one. And the love he had for his mother also, and all of us as cousins, he was really biggest heart, biggest smile.
This is a memorial of my son's life story and how he grew up. This is when he used to go to South Kent to see him and Cynthia. He was a football player at Port Macquarie, played for the Sharks. He had a coach and his team was very good. That was at the time he had diabetes diagnosed. He was selling tickets at the time for his football team to raise monies for them for t-shirts, shorts, etc. And that's when he got crook knocking on the door and he said, my joints are going funny, I can't walk. So I just grabbed him and run to the medical centre.
It hit him pretty hard, and the family as well, but they put him on insulin, so he had to have maybe 2 to 3 needles a day, and back then it was the syringes, so being that young and having a syringe, poked into you, it was, pretty daunting for Junior. And by the time he was 10, he, knew how to do everything himself. It was like, bang, get up in the morning, he'd give himself his own needles and grab his little bum bag, and he was off at the door. He was more my big son than my brother. When I left home, he left with me. It was like, I'm coming, sis, I'm living with you. I was the one who put him in high school, and I tried to keep him on track, but it was, peer pressure and just wanting to do and thinking if he did this and did that, maybe he could be normal,
He was in the courtyard. They're only allowed 2-hour break of 24 hours of the day.
In the jail system, there's something called a buy-up system. And the buy-up's like your shop. Your family sends you money to your account. You get a little bit of freedom to buy your own snacks, to buy your own toiletries, not to just eat jail food. So, Cuzzo went and got some extra Jats crackers.
You could see he was fidgety. What was the next move with the screws or nurses or whatever? He knew he was getting locked down.
And inside, when you get locked down, you're locked down. You're in your room for how many hours you don't get told.
There was a discussion between Justice Health staff, being nurses and doctors on shift that day, and corrective officers about David eating the biscuits could affect his diabetes. So initially, Justice Health staff came up with an idea of removing the biscuits to basically ensure his safety, they say.
They tried to disagree, make it that it was essential that they had to get the biscuits away from David.